Lost on an island of nightmares. The screams of the passengers echoed through the cabin as the plane plummeted towards the ground. It all happened so fast, and yet it felt like an eternity as they braced for impact. They stumbled out of the wreckage, disoriented and confused, and looked around at their surroundings. They were surrounded by dense jungle, with no sign of civilization in sight. They were stranded, alone, on an unknown island. As they struggled to come to terms with their situation, they realized that this wasn't just any ordinary island. There was something strange about it, something that made their skin crawl. It was like the island was alive, with a malevolent force lurking just beneath the surface. And as they began to explore their new home, they realized that they were not alone. There were other creatures on the island, creatures they had never seen before, and they quickly learned that they were not welcome. With danger around every corner, they had to band together and fight for survival, using their wits and their strength to overcome the challenges that lay ahead. But as they soon discovered, the island held secrets beyond their wildest imaginations, secrets that would challenge everything they knew about themselves and the world around them. The plane crash left a group of 20 strangers stranded on a deserted island, forcing them to band together in order to survive. As they explored their surroundings, they soon realized that the island was full of horrors they could never have imagined. The first trail through the forest was long and treacherous, with dense foliage blocking their way and making it difficult to see ahead. As they pushed on, they encountered the three-headed mutated snakes. The creatures were huge, with scales as hard as steel and fangs as long as their arms. The group fought for what felt like hours, dodging and weaving through the trees as the snakes attacked from all directions. In the chaos, 3 people were bitten and died within minutes, their bodies convulsing and foaming at the mouth. The second trail through the swamp was even longer, with murky waters and thick mud making every step a struggle. Mutated insects swarmed around them, biting and stinging with a ferocity that left several people incapacitated. The man-eating plant was even worse, its tendrils lashing out and dragging one man into the murky waters. His screams echoed through the trees as he was devoured alive, the rest of the group powerless to save him. The third journey through the barren desert was the most brutal and grueling of them all. The heat was oppressive, the sand was hot enough to burn their feet, and there was no water in sight. They soon encountered the giant sand worms, emerging from the sands with jaws as big as cars. The group ran for their lives, but the worms were relentless, swallowing people whole as they tried to escape. By the time the group reached the last trail, a mansion that belonged to a male protagonist, they were all on the brink of collapse. As they entered the mansion, they were greeted with a feeling of dread. The male protagonist had lost his memory in the crash, and his behavior was increasingly erratic. The group soon realized that the mansion was a laboratory, and that the male protagonist had been conducting horrific experiments on animals and humans alike for years. As they tried to leave, they found that they were trapped, and that the male protagonist was not going to let them go. The final battle was long and grueling, with the group fighting for their lives against the madman's twisted creations. One by one, the group was picked off, their bodies used for the madman's experiments. Those who managed to survive the mansion were left traumatized and scarred, haunted by the memories of the long and terrifying journey that they had endured. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more content like this.